This episode of the DisCast was recorded on September 3rd, 2014, at discast.us/live. Tune in Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern to watch the show, or watch recorded episodes on YouTube and iTunes. Follow us on Twitter at DisCastShow, tune to the trivia contest, and more. If you're feeling generous, please throw us a donation on our PayPal or our Patreon to get cool prizes. It would really help us a lot. Thank you, and enjoy the DisCast. Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténgase alejado de las puertas. To our new listeners, we welcome you aboard our podcast Highway in the Sky, and hope you've enjoyed the past week. For those of you standing, please hold on to your headphones at all times, and stand clear of the doors. For the comfort of others, no trolling please. Thank you, and enjoy the DisCast. Hey, what is up guys? It is Ryan, and welcome to the DisCast. Today is September 3rd, 2014, and it is shortly after 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm here today with Darren. Say hello, Darren.
Hi, Darren.
Thank you, Darren. I said say hello, Darren. You said hi, Darren.
Hi.
Alright, anyway. So, here we are, wonderfully, on the DisCast. I started school today. Darren, you did as well.
Yes.
I know New York starts pretty late in the game, so I know a lot of you are probably have been there for a while. But, we just got back. How was your first day?
Well, I have, no classes. So
That's true.
Very
true.
Very laid back.
Meanwhile, every class is AP or honors,
Yeah.
so yay. Yeah, it's alright though, my teachers are good, classes seem fun, it's gonna be a good year. And also we do have a bunch of Disney news as usual. We're gonna be talking some limited edition Magic Bands coming out for the Halloween season. We're gonna be talking about Duffy, the Disney bear, and his role in the domestic parks, which Darren and I have very differing opinions on, so that'll be fun, but that'll be going on after we talk about the rest of the news we got tonight. And always, before we start, Darren, we like to
say hi.
We do like to say hi. We also like to point out something on the internet that we both like.
Yes. So there is a website that you can go to, and this website allows you to get fabulous Disney Parks music. The website is spectraradio.us. You can go there. You can listen to Disney Parks music and overall Disney music, specifically the parks, 24/7. So get your Disney fix while you're doing whatever you do out in your day and have fun.
Yes, indeed, and that's awesome. And also, guys, if you have been looking for the Festival of Fantasy Source Audio, Darren's got it on his YouTube channel at youtube.com/extra music hours. So go on down and check that out, because that's always...
Actually, YouTube started breaking the slashes.
Breaking the slashes?
Yeah. First of all, your mic's, exploding.
Oh, it's probably because my phone's near it. Is that any better?
Yeah, a lot
right.
better.
Yeah, just move the phone away.
Now you're starting to have to put /user/.
Oh yeah,
I know that,
it doesn't. That's fine if you have a pre-Google Plus account, but if you have a post-Google Plus account, you have to set your channel ID and stuff, and it's annoying.
Fun.
Google Plus, yay! I don't like it. But there you go. Kami, we'll be talking about both Disneyland and foreign parks today as part of the Duffy discussion. So there you go, you're in luck. And there you go. So
where in the world is Darren? I'm in my bedroom.
Oh, there you go. And so there you go with your little introduction stuff, and we're gonna move on to our trivia. So last week
was the day.
Last week was the day. It was our anniversary episode, and in accordance with our anniversary episode, we decided to have a trivia question not about the Disney parks, but about the show, to see what you guys know about the show and the history of the show, however brief it is. So we asked you guys to tell us where the original idea for the DisCast originated. One of you answered it correctly.
Can I say it?
Yes, it was W2, D5W8. And his answer of Darren's live stream. A week before we actually started the DisCast, Darren did a 24-hour live stream. It was the first time I met him. And
raising money for charity.
It was raising money for charity. And so Darren knew me from my old YouTube series called Building Disney back in the day. And so we went into a Skype call, and we were just talking, and we started talking about Disney. And then the idea came for a Disney Parks podcast.
By me.
By you, yes. You're like, we should do a podcast. We had the audio, but then Twitch deleted all their VODs. So, yeah, it's all gone now. Yeah.
And then, for those of you guys who remember back when Brittany was with us, this is the funniest part of the audio. I remember after another 24-hour live stream I did, we were going over the audio, and
I found it.
You found it?
I had found it. I'm like, we're gonna use this for the anniversary, and then the next month, which is like, oh yeah, by the way, we deleted all those VODs. Sorry.
No, but remember Brittany in that conversation? It was you and I talking, and then Brittany's like, "Me too."
Yeah, and that's kind of what just happened. Okay, sure, you too. And then she's no longer here, but so there you go, and that's your trivia and that kind of stuff. We do have another trivia question for you guys, as we always try to get one. This one, if you guys do know, if you do know the answer, you do not put it in the Twitch chat. Do not. But instead, what you're going to do is go over to Twitter, tag us at DisCast Show using the hashtag DisCastTrivia with your answer. So, this trivia question I just thought of while reading my history homework. Doing my history homework, and a dude's name popped up. I'm like, we're going to do a trivia question about him. Because it does relate to Disney parks, actually, even though it was, a couple hundred years ago. And so here you go. Which resort is named for the explorer who searched for the mythical cities of gold? If you think you know the answer, head on over to Twitter, tag us at DisCast Show with the hashtag DisCastTrivia. Do not put it in the Twitch chat. One more time, which resort is named for the explorer who searched for the mythical cities of gold?
I'm gonna take a wild guess and say it's not Art of Animation.
It's not Art of Animation. It's like, I know John Lasseter, he's making the monies, but he's not looking for cities of gold.
Different type of gold, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotcha.
There you go. Okay, so there you go with your trivia. You guys know what to do, and we're gonna move on to our news. So, it is the fall season, and the Halloween's coming up. It's already the beginning of September, if you can believe it. And we've got some limited edition magic bands to celebrate it. We have this one, which I really like. It is the Haunted Mansion magic band. It's gray and has the wallpaper design on it. I love it. I know Pro's gonna like it as well. And then we also have a Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party one. Both of them are the Haunted Mansion one is $24.95 plus tax, and the Mickey's Not So Scary one is $29.95. I don't think there's a limit of like you know how they do the 5,000 for the limited editions? Yeah. There are 5,000 of the Mickey's Not So Scary ones, but I don't see any kind of a limit on the Haunted Mansion ones. So I'm pretty sure they're just kind of banging them out, and I hope they keep those around. I do hope they keep the Haunted Mansion ones around, because I think they look awesome, and Pro's in love with it already. Look at that. I mean, it looks great. I love the wallpaper design, and it's so amazing. I want one.
I honestly, I like the Not So Scary Halloween Party better.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay, let's cover.
See, I'm not the biggest Haunted Mansion fan, so it's kind of indifferent. You see, oh wow, this design's on it. I just see a bunch of squiggly lines.
Okay. I guess. Now, of course, as we told you, you can buy the regular color magic bands now without an account, without a ticket linked to them. But for these, the limited edition ones, you do need an existing RFID-enabled ticket to purchase these. I'm not sure. Jess, I'm not sure if you can order them in advance. I'm not sure if you could do that. I think you do have to get your original one, your original magic band, and then buy this one at the park, and then just transfer it on. So, like, Jess, if you were going and you wanted to get one of these, you would just use your existing magic band, and then first day in the parks or whatever, head on over, buy one of these things, and then it would go onto your ticket, if that makes sense. So you can now sign in. It, links with your My Disney Experience account. It's the way they're doing it. Obviously, so people can't just buy them in bulk with these limited edition ones. They're all for me. They have to be linked to an account, and I'm pretty sure it's one per account as well. So once again, you're not hoarding them all yourself. I'll take all 5,000, please.
But that's the funnest part.
I'll take all 5,000 of them, please. All right, and so that's that. And in related news, Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party has begun. With decor all up and stuff. The Booty You Halloween Parade happened on Monday. Was the first day of the party, and the Villain Sinister Soiree, which was very controversial with the whole you're paying for a ticketed event within a ticketed event. It was very controversial. However, I've not heard a single bad thing about it besides the price. From the people who I heard about who did go, they all seem to love it. They all seem to think it was a great thing that they were doing. Exclusive character meet and greets that were up. I don't know if they're meet and greets, just like walking around in the club area. And you know, I mean, they got their preferred viewing for Hollow Wishes and the parade, which I don't think is a big deal in my book.
Whatever works.
Kind of yeah, but when you're paying $99 per person, yeah.
Gotta expect that treatment.
Very true. But all in all, the party seemed to have been very, very well received.
Organized.
Yeah, well organized. Yeah, obviously, and
much better than Villains Unleashed.
Well, yes. Spectro, I heard there were a few changes too, but I didn't think they were too major. We're talking about Hollow Wishes. I was debating getting the video up for the pre-show tonight, but I didn't have enough time. Because school and stuff, so I didn't get up in time. But I'm gonna watch the video probably tonight or tomorrow night or something, just to go check it out. I like.
Did you see the videos of the new Talking Mickey that now tells like Halloween jokes and stuff at the?
Oh, they changed it for Halloween.
Yeah, they changed this whole preset of dialogue.
Cool. Obviously, the Talking Mickey thing, we reported on that almost exactly a year ago.
Yeah.
Remember that when it was just like beta testing? I think that was in the beginning of October, actually, because it was when we just started doing the videos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was around this time.
Yes. And so, yeah, Mickey's Not So Scary has started. It's in full swing. It looks like it's tons of fun. So, yeah. No, legit, I don't think so. I don't think you can just book a fake account and then cancel it a day later and say, I'll take a magic band, please. I don't know if it works that way. There might be some loopholes. If you want to really, like, possibly waste that much money trying to figure it out, then go ahead, be my guest. Also in the holiday news, even though Halloween is just around the corner, Disney's already planning towards the Christmas holidays, and the Castle Dreamlight installation is already underway. If you can see, there's some drapings of lights up on the spires in there, that picture. It's not very clear from how zoomed in it is. But
they're just barely starting.
Yes. They've already started now. Also, the Osborne lights have started to go up already.
Oh, really?
Yes. It takes forever to get all those things in place. Now, the crane's not there yet. The crane will probably be around about when you or Danielle are down there. I mean, I don't think you're not going to Magic Kingdom, right?
No, I'm not.
No. But when Danielle's down there, she'll probably see it.
I give it a solid week and a half before the crane shows up.
Probably. It was mid-September last year.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it was earlier last year. I think it was like in the
Really?
beginning. Wasn't it earlier, or was it later?
It was later. It was like mid-September-ish.
No, I don't remember if it was either like later than usual last year or earlier than usual last year. There was something strange about it. Or maybe it stayed up longer. No, it stayed up longer because they were doing
stayed up
refurbs.
Stupidly long.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of. So yes, the lights are up there.
They're getting it.
They're getting it, and it looks fantastic every single year. Unfortunately, I have not seen it in person, but you know, it's also a great thing. So last year we talked to you guys about Jingle Cruise, which was
Jingle
a
Cruise,
retheming.
Jingle Cruise, it is a boat ride.
Indeed.
I just made this song up and I don't know what to say. Yay!
Okay, so we talked to you guys about Jungle Cruise last year using the same exact picture. We were talking about. It's a retheming of the Jungle Cruise in Adventureland to a holiday theme. The skippers tell some more, more topical jokes for the time period and for the season. And it is coming back this year. It will set sail November 7th, 2014. Brogan, why do you think Jingle Cruise is a fail? I enjoyed it.
I enjoy Jingle Cruise.
Okay, well there you go. It's coming back. That's not always a bad thing, Brogan. I mean, it depends on the skipper, obviously, if it's a good joke or a bad joke. But you know, from the video, there was one specific video I saw last year. It's not the one that WW Magic has up on here, on their website, but it was another one that I watched, and it was really, really good. So maybe it just happens to be that person's jokes.
It's very specific to whatever skipper you have. Like, even in any instance of the Jungle Cruise, you can't just ride it once because you could always get a bad skipper.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also think that they'll definitely up it more because, you know, last year was announced very last minute prior to them setting it up.
Right. Yeah,
So.
it'll probably be more organized last year, and the problems that did exist will probably be alleviated. Oh, we got a Skype call in the middle of the show. Hold on, yeah. Sorry. Alright, so next up, the Harmony Barbershop on Main Street is scheduled for a refurbishment in early 2015. It's going to be closing on February 2nd and then reopening March 31st. General refurbs or whatever, I don't know what you can say.
2 months of closure. Nothing crazy.
Exactly.
It's not really a must-do at Magic Kingdom.
No, I mean, you got your first haircut there, right?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. You told me that.
Did?
You told all of us that.
That was somebody else, maybe?
No.
Or I don't remember.
Yeah, you said it on stream.
Oh, okay.
I swear you said it on stream.
I don't know.
I am so positive you said that on stream once.
Oh, okay.
So yes, there you go, and it's gonna have a couple months of a refurbishment. So there you go.
I gotta go look into that now.
You said it. I swear you said it. I'm going to look.
I might have, because I went to Disney when I was like a few months old for the first time.
I am so positive. There was an episode of trivia where Pro Miner guessed the answer, what the barbershop was called. That was a trivia question. Pro Miner got it right. It was the Harmony Barbershop. He gave us the phone number to call for reservation, and he went like he got like full like names and stuff on the paper, and then yeah, see, and legit and Pro Miner backing me up. They remember it too.
You know what happened? I went and I asked my mom about that when we were finished talking about that, and she said, "Yeah, I did." So, and I probably it's just not information I remember. Like, that's very obscure to know.
Got it.
That's
you
weird
brought it up though.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, so last week we talked about Captain Cook reopening, and it did not include a Dole Whip kiosk. That's because they opened up a dedicated kiosk just for all of your Dole Whip needs. It is outside the entrance to the pool area. Where the Wyland Gallery used to partially be.
Yeah.
There is a covered seating area, so if it rains, no big deal. You can sit under there. There's 24 chairs, so 24 people can sit under there. So, you know, there you go. It's all Dole Whip stuff, and there's also a pineapple float you can have. You can have it in a sipper or in a tiki bowl. Now, when it was in Captain Cook's, there was a self-serve kiosk, so you could make, like, you could put however much on you want. Now it is not. Now you're paying a fixed price for a fixed amount, and there you go. Yeah, it's opened, and yeah, there you go. Things in the Polynesian are starting to slowly reopen and reorganize and stuff, which is always good. Now, on to some Epcot news. Unfortunately, some of World Showcase's most beloved entertainment groups, such as Mo Rockin' Spirit America and Off Kilter, will have their final performances on September 27th, and the World Showcase players will have their final performance on September 25th. It is very sad. Now, these are being dropped in favor of a traditional Berber music and dance troupe in Morocco, a corps of dynamic flag-waving performers in Italy, and a thrilling lumberjack-inspired show in Canada, and a Celtic folk music ensemble in the United Kingdom.
What am I gonna do without my Off-Kilter?
Spectre Radio. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna listen to Spectre Radio to get your Off-Kilter fix. And it's really, I was telling Darren earlier, I was like, when do you go to Epcot again? And he's like, oh, the 9th? 30th, okay. So like, oh yeah, I'm going on the 30th. And then, I'm like, oh yeah, you're missing Off Kilter's last day, and obviously Maelstrom. So everything closes just before Darren goes. You couldn't have scheduled it like a week before, Darren.
No.
Oh, cause you have no school or something, right? Or something.
No, I'm missing school.
Oh, you are missing school? Then you should have done it the week before. Come on.
I'd be missing school then too.
Okay, we should have done the week before. How you could see Off.
I don't know. It was like flying for free or not flying for free.
Okay.
It's when the points added up. So.
Yeah, but Off Kilter or no Off Kilter?
A few $100 or no money.
Well, would you like to see Off Kilter?
Not for a few $100, no.
Okay, true. I mean, it's
Off Kilter's like one of those bands that like just plays in the park, you know, like they have like the music in the park type of thing. Like that's where Off Kilter would play. So
Okay.
I would never pay to see them. They're good, but they're not that good.
Yeah, true.
They're not like One Direction.
Yeah. Of course, this is a good opportunity to get some really awesome, high-quality entertainment down in World Showcase, you know? Now, say what you want about the Voices of Liberty. I like them. And, you know, I also like the
I don't
ones
think they're
that are
ever
leaving.
going anywhere.
I don't think they're going anywhere, no. But there are these other, these other groups I did also enjoy. I also enjoyed Off Kilter. I never did watch Mo Rockin' or Spirit of America or World Showcase players. I heard things about like the World Showcase players, but Off Kilter was very, very, very enjoyed.
Good.
So
Yes.
they will be missed, and hopefully the Lumberjacks and the Celtic folk music people are good replacements. So
I think this is them redoing Epcot. And I'll get into this when we discuss things later.
Okay.
But I think this
there is a new creative director of Epcot.
Yes,
This might
and
be
I
part of
think
his
that,
master
like,
plan.
this is like there's like some big, like exactly like you said, like some big master plan that's being worked on, and it's gonna just like start being, thrown out piece by piece, and
Yeah.
we're gonna see everything little bit by little bit. We're gonna be like, well, this doesn't make any sense. Then like
Once
5
everything
years from
comes
now,
together.
it's like, whoa,
Yep. I got it. And hopefully it will be awesome.
yes,
So
hope
Hollywood
so.
Studios gained a new Fast Pass Plus attraction today.
yes,
Yeah, so if you want to waste a Fast Pass, go on down to Frozen Summer Fun's sing-along celebration at the Premiere Theater. Only if you want to waste a Fast Pass, because honestly, I don't know why you would spend a Fast Pass on this when you have Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster, and Toy Story Mania. If you do, you're stupid. I'm sorry. It has to be said.
that or you have very small children.
Yes, so Disney was incredibly quick to remove all the signage of American Idol Experience and just chuck in Frozen, because where was it before this?
What?
Where was the Frozen sing-along before this?
You know how there's like the San Francisco facade?
Oh,
like
it's over
that's
there?
just like a wall?
Yeah.
There's a building in there, that's where
Okay,
it was.
okay.
Did they relocate it to the American Idol building?
Yes, it's the Premiere Theater right now.
Oh, okay.
That's where it is right now. If you see the picture I put up right now, you'll see it there too. And so you could see Deepa Disney's favorite royal historians of Arendelle, and Anna and Elsa and all the retelling and stuff. This is a tier 2 attraction. Obviously, that means they weighted the same as Tower of Terror. Whatever. So yes,
I would never like.
yes. Whatever. I don't know. I wouldn't see this, honestly. So, forget it. I don't care.
No, Premiere Theater isn't where American Idol was. Premiere Theater is exactly where I said it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought they moved it.
Maybe that's just out of date. Then it's saying
I don't know.
Premiere
Maybe.
Theater.
Whatever. Forget it. No.
I
Anyway, so, I think they were saying they were going to move it. Maybe they haven't yet. So yeah. Anyway, so we are getting a Starbucks in Hollywood Studios, as we all knew we would. It's going to be called the Trolley Car Cafe, and it's going to be in the former LA Prop Cinema Storage Store, that is on the right-hand side of Hollywood Boulevard. And right
There's
now,
a slight problem with that, actually. There's no trolley car in Hollywood Studios.
that's very true. I don't understand the name.
Are they gonna add one?
That's very possible.
Is it even worth adding one? Like, it's not big.
I don't know. It doesn't really make sense to have any kind of trolley car there. I don't know. But, I mean,
The name's really obscure.
yes. Now, I was telling you earlier, we were talking about the possible whole Hollywood Studios reimagining last week with everyone
Yeah.
else. And I had mentioned that there might be a name change, right? And no one thought I was serious. However, there are real rumors going around from supposedly good sources. Real rumors, yes, I did say that. So, people are conspiring. Okay, sure. People are saying that there are these really high up trusted sources who are saying that Hollywood Studios will have a name change to possibly Disney's Hollywood Adventure, DHA, if you will, or if you're Darren, HWA. Still hate you for that. Anyway, so it's possible. It's very possible. On the forum that I read it, apparently it's coming from someone who has worked at WDW for over 20 years. That is in quotes, obviously. We do not know. Yeah.
It's Tom Staggs.
Tom Staggs, yep. It's a very...
He's the one that leaks the news. He goes on all the different forums.
I see. He has tons of accounts that look reputable and just says things.
Yeah.
You know how cool that would be? That'd be amazing.
That would be really funny, actually.
Ah, yes.
Because, like, think about how accurate a lot of the rumors are.
Well, I mean, there's tons of people. When you have a huge... Hey, that wasn't Darren's advice. That was my idea. The whole renaming. That was my thing. Go watch it again, Spectro. You'll find that I said that the name's gonna change. And we were saying it was gonna be like Ryan World or something. But no.
I think I said the name. I had some role in the deciding.
Oh, you did something stupid. You said something really dumb. What did you say?
I think it was like Ryan World or something.
No, because then I started saying all of my things. What did you say?
Okay.
You had an idea for you had a stupid idea. I'm like, how about a new name? And you're like, oh yeah. And you said something really, really stupid. I don't remember what it was though.
I don't know. You gotta go back and watch now.
Yeah.
Everybody go watch last week's episode.
Yeah, everyone go watch it. Make sure you watch tons of ads.
Yeah.
So yes, Starbucks is coming to Hollywood Studios just like we knew it would.
Lastly.
Kind of lastly after this when we talk
for
about
the parks.
Yeah, for the parks news that we have. We have something in Animal Kingdom. We do have more news about Rivers of Light. Actually, what's going on is we know the construction of the seating areas will begin this week. We don't know when this week. It's going to be sometime this week. Once I see pictures and stuff, I will let you guys know. Yes, that's all we know. All we know is seating construction is starting. That's it.
Yeah.
All we know.
It's a thing.
March 2016 is a date we have on there now.
For what?
For Rivers of Light.
What, as opening?
March 2016 is what we have right now.
Really?
Of course, it is so far out, that could change. But who knows?
That is very far in the future.
Yep. But there you go. Alright, so now we're going to be talking about some Duffy the Disney Bear. So, Duffy the Disney Bear, as you all know, was a huge smash hit in Tokyo Disneyland and the Japan, the Japanese Disney Parks fans just ate him up. They loved him. They thought it was the next amazing thing. Actually, he started out as just the Disney Bear, and then he tried to personalize him and make him Duffy the Disney Bear. Just kind of put a name to it. They gave him a story, or an updated story. There was a previous story, but it wasn't that good. They realized that the Disney Bear was just a complete flop. So they're like, well, this was a good idea, but we called it something stupid, and we made a really dumb story. So we should probably retry this, and they did. So they released him. If you go on eBay or Amazon, you look up the pre-Duffy Disney Bears, they sell for a lot of money. Because obviously they don't make them anymore, and
I wouldn't buy one.
And no one bought them when they were on stores in the first place. So anyway, they rebranded him, they changed things, and they named him Duffy the Disney Bear. And the Japanese loved him. He was amazing. He was very heavily ingrained into the culture of Tokyo Disney Sea. With people bringing their Duffys all around the different parts of the park. Tons of Duffy photo opportunities all over the place. Duffy meet and greets, a Duffy show. They have a big Duffy Valentine's Day parade with the huge Duffy candy stores and stuff. And it's a huge thing. Everyone loves him. Then they tried to move him over to the American parks. So first up came Epcot. Epcot seems like the perfect place for Duffy. Once again, it is traveling, which is what Duffy's all about, all around the world, instead of just these seaside places. So he had his own little thing in the plaza, where you could buy your Duffy toys, and you could meet and greet with Duffy, and then you could buy your bear, and take pictures with him all around World Showcase. However, the way they implemented him made it seem like, to most hardcore fans, that Disney was just trying to build a character off of a merchandise idea, instead of actually trying to create a character. Now, to most, 5-year-olds out there, they don't care. All they see is a cute bear and they want one. But for some of the more, has many critics among the more hardcore Disney fans because of how Disney portrayed him in the American parks when he was first
I just don't like
released. Okay, we'll get there. First, we're just going with facts. And so there you go. And so after they released him there, they brought him over to California Adventure and the Disney Cruise Line. Disney Cruise Line makes perfect sense. If you ask me, there's no better place in the world to put Duffy than the Disney Cruise Line. And if I just saw Duffy...
I could think of one better place to put him.
Shut up.
Disney Cruise
Okay,
Line.
so...
Tokyo Disney Sea.
Okay, well that's where... Yes, okay.
Yes.
Okay. But I think those are both really good places, because obviously, yeah, I think it's kind of obvious. So Duffy is now huge in Japan, and he never really caught on at the American parks. But I mean, so anyway, this past month, in the beginning of August, our good friend Stephen Miller posted a post in the Disney blog, Disney Parks blog. Shut up. Saying about sorry. And so anyway, Stephen Miller was talking about how Shelley May, who is Duffy's girlfriend pretty much, but basically Duffy's Minnie Mouse, how Shelley May would be integrated into Aulani in Hawaii. She would get her own plush sellings there and all sorts of merchandise and stuff. Now this was huge because... Okay. Sorry. I'm just trying to read comments, trying to talk at the same time.
Yeah, I'm loving the chat right now. It's brilliant.
It's funny. Anyway, so this was a first for Shelley May because it was her first appearance in the United States. And there were tons of Duffy fans, my sister included, clamoring for her inclusion in the American parks. And the first time she's here, she's not even in a park, she's in Hawaii. I don't know why, whatever. I guess maybe more Japanese go there than the American parks. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But anyway, she is there.
Closer.
And just, like, a few weeks later, some more things start happening. For example, we get a tweet from WDW News Today saying, "The Duffy store is no more. Now it is just a Duffy cart." And of course, we have this picture of Diva Disney crying in the store that used to be the Duffy store. You got magic bands in the corner, and there is no longer Duffy merchandise sold inside that store. It's then just in a cart. To my knowledge, Duffy is still doing meet and greets outside of the store in Epcot, and you can still buy the plushes, albeit on a smaller scale. Then, this week, I held off on doing stories about that because I was just kind of waiting to see if anything more came from that, because there were no official releases from Disney saying anything about this or anything, so I just kind of held off on saying it. Now that I have enough to talk about it, I'm bringing it out. So, also, this week in Disney's California Adventure, what used to be a Duffy gift shop and meet and greet is now gone. It's not even there anymore. You can't even meet Duffy at Disney California Adventure anymore. So some curious people went on Twitter and tweeted at Disneyland, "Hey, what's going on with Duffy? Can I meet Duffy at Disneyland?" And the Disneyland Today Twitter account replied with, "Duffy is no longer stopping by for meet and greets, but he may make special appearances at select events." So, we don't know if this is permanent. We do not know if this is temporary. We don't know what the deal is. We do know that at this moment, Duffy is no longer doing meet and greets at Disney's California Adventure. At Epcot, he still is, but not at DCA. Special events, I don't know what that means. I don't know where he's going to be, but he is no longer doing his daily meet and greets, and he doesn't even have a shop there anymore. So pretty much what I'm going to talk about is the conflicting things going on with Duffy and his role in the American theme parks and just in America in general. I know
just
Darren,
get rid of them. There. Solution.
I don't
Look,
like that.
Each section, I guess each area should have their own proprietary aspect to it.
Right.
And Tokyo's main aspect was Duffy. So them trying to roll this out and everywhere else, is kind of counterproductive. I mean, you're the main person that says in any situation, Cars Land Radiator Springs Racers, that should just stick in DC because they need it. Well, couldn't that be the same exact thing said about Duffy? Like, wouldn't that boost up sales over in Tokyo even more if they were able to jack up the price a little bit, because that was the only place you can get Duffy? I think that this mass expansion has caused the supply to go down so much that they're starting to have to backtrack on that.
Okay. Now, here's the thing with, like, I think merchandise is kind of a different thing than an attraction or, like merchandise is kind of a different thing than an attraction, in that merchandise, like, I don't really see the point of an exclusive merchandise item.
But it's not just merchandise. I mean, we're also talking about, like, the meet and greets and stuff, and
right. Okay, meet and greets.
The Build-A-Duffy stations or whatever. You know, those. I mean, those are things that were specific to Tokyo Disneyland and Tokyo Disney Sea, and you can't just be taking those away because it was successful here. It might as well be successful over here. First of all, as far as Epcot goes, I completely disagree with it. Epcot wasn't really designed to be, you know, character infested. I'm kind of annoyed that the character spot even exists. I think that goes full 180 against what Epcot was about. You know, when Epcot opened, the only character there was Dreamfinder and Figment. That was it. You know, you had no Mickey, no Minnie, no Goofy, no Donald, and so just this constant jamming of Duffy into World Showcase, it's total 180, which is what I was talking about earlier, about how maybe there's like this master plan going on to bring back Epcot to what it used to be. Okay, now here's the really conflicting part, right? I mean, I think the reason why Duffy didn't kick off really is because they tried to preserve Future World. They tried to preserve World Showcase, and they tried not to stick them everywhere because they didn't want to overdo it because people would see right through that. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so they were trying to kind of just like, oh, we'll just stick them on the edge of World Showcase, and we'll just expect people to bring them everywhere. And that didn't really happen. If you look at the infrastructure they have at Disney Sea for the whole Duffy thing, there are places where you can just stick your Duffy on like a little post and take a picture of him in places, right? They never put that in World Showcase. They were kind of dipping their toe in the water kind of when it came to Duffy. And I think that's the reason why it didn't jolt up as the way it did in Disney Sea. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so I think what they were the decision that they were trying to make to preserve their park for those World Showcase purists ended up screwing over their business decision of bringing Duffy over. Now, also, what's really more conflicting about this, and I forgot, we talked about all of the new, at the beginning of the year, we talked about all the new Duffy clothing that was coming to the parks this year, right? Yeah. Now all that stuff's starting to come out. Brogan reminded me about that. And there's like a ton of new clothes have just been coming out, and they're great. I mean, among children, I do think Duffy has actually been, from what I can gather, I don't have economic numbers in front of me, but from what I can gather, Duffy seems like a success. Every time I've been to a Duffy meet and greet place, every time I've been to a Duffy merchandise location, it's been packed. Okay, if I could butt in real quick. Sure. The only thing comparable to Duffy would have to be pin trading, right? Pin trading is something where, stripping it down to bare bones, you have your lanyard. Your lanyard is your Duffy doll. And then your different pins are your different outfits. Now, you can't exactly trade them, but you could buy new ones and stuff. And that's the closest way you can consider it. And because you said there wasn't this mass rollout everywhere, that it was this small spot, imagine if pin trading was just one tiny shop. And that was exactly it on all of Walt Disney World. Yeah. The way that they tried to build it up, it wasn't designed to work in the parks because they just don't have the infrastructure for it, which is exactly what you said. And I think it allowed them to second think themselves about bringing it into the parks, which is why they're starting to slowly pull back on it. Because while financially it was a success, for longevity, it will never reach the caliber that pin trading has reached. Well, I don't even think they're trying to reach it as pin trading. I think they're trying to. Their problem is it's never going to reach the caliber that it has reached in Tokyo. True. I think that's what they're more. That they're more. Worried about and concerned about. Now, I do want to take a trip out to Tokyo someday, just to kind of see what the deal is with Duffy there.
Hopefully I can do it when Duffy is still big, because I do want to see. I mean, I've heard stories. I tweeted a blog post about a month ago, almost 2 months ago. Wow, about a guy who he hated Duffy. He wanted nothing to do with him. Then he went to Tokyo Disney Sea. He spent like a week in Tokyo. Mm-hmm. He saw how ingrained Duffy was in their culture. He saw how like Duffy was revered almost on the level as Mickey Mouse, right?
Yeah.
He's that big there. Mickey and Duffy are almost like on the same level in Tokyo.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is huge.
My issue is that it's not that I don't like Duffy. It's just it's been so backwards the way that they went around it. If this was introduced as something in the Japan Pavilion, right? And it was just there.
That wouldn't work. That would be even worse.
It would be the exact same situation that we're in right now. It would still be a failure. It would be a financial success, but overall it would be a failure.
It would be even worse because they're putting something in the back of the park. You have to remember like the location of World Showcase and how huge World Showcase Lagoon really is.
I think most of the people that start a Trek in World Showcase tend to finish a Trek in World Showcase.
Yeah, but children, this is something geared towards little children, not going to put something, especially for little children, somewhere that's a huge walking distance.
True.
I think, and also, because the whole idea was trying to encourage people, the whole idea is you take your Duffy everywhere, and take pictures of him everywhere.
Well, for example, with Norway, they're going to be, possibly, as rumors say, they're going to be...
We're not going to talk about that.
But that's the exact same thing, children will go out of their way. Children will walk that distance to go and, see Frozen, if that is the way it's going to be happening.
Right. Well, the thing is with Duffy,
it's how they
you're not going to know.
Meet and greets.
Yeah, but the difference between Frozen and Duffy is Duffy exists solely in the parks. Frozen is a huge success out of the parks.
I guess.
Duffy is only a parks thing. He is the first character to only be in the parks and only be a park. Like, to be a Disney character is recognized by the whole Walt Disney Company and start in the parks.
No. Figment was first.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's funny, because there was a Disney media thing where that fact came from.
Really?
I know for a fact it was Disney, I just don't know where it was.
Figment was made in-house because they didn't want to bring other things into the parks. They wanted, or at least Epcot, they wanted to strictly remain, Epcot based. Which is why the only justification for them ever to bring in Duffy would be if they did it in the Japan Pavilion. Now, spacing leads that to be a horrible idea, and maybe it should have been just left at it being a horrible idea. Like I said, if you completely removed it from the United States parks and properties, the value of it would go up massively over Tokyo.
So, Rush is saying how you don't think there's a single child out there who goes to Disney with the excitement of meeting Duffy. I know multiple people who go to Disney with the excitement of meeting Duffy. My sister being one of them. She loves Duffy. And she's not even like a little child, She's in her like early teens. She loves Duffy. I mean, I've recently grown a little bit of a soft spot for Duffy. I like Duffy. If I was littler, I know I would have loved him even more so. I don't think the character has a flaw at all, because he has worked so well in Japan. So I don't think there's any character flaws at stake. There's no character flaws in the character himself. It's just kind of what's it called? It's just, sorry, I'm losing my train of thought when I'm reading comments. It's not that the character has a flaw, it's the way it was implemented in Epcot. Because the character does work, it's just the way they implemented it. And I'm going to stand very true to that.
Structured to
But I think that
like
it
Duffy.
very well could be. Because Brogan's saying how a lot of children don't do the World Showcase thing, so it isn't there for them. Well, if you had this very likable teddy bear, which you can go and take pictures with in all the countries, remember the KidCot thing? Did you ever do the KidCot thing?
No.
Well, they actually started doing a Duffy thing. It was basically a little stick or whatever. You went to all the countries, you got a thing for all the countries, and the passport
I remember
sign.
that, yeah. Look,
Duffy should be integrated into that, and they tried doing that, but like 2 years after Duffy had already been in the parks. That's a problem. If they really wanted to kick off, they had to do it from the beginning.
Kids little children do not like Epcot. It's what the
Yeah.
whole Agent P gimmick is. Like, it just doesn't work.
Right.
And
I think
the
Duffy
the
could really help that.
expectation. No. The expectation that you're gonna have a character in house that most of these kids have probably never been to Tokyo Disney, and they have no idea who Duffy is.
Right.
And just the expectation to just like, here, go out and meet Duffy. It's not feasible. It doesn't make any sense.
Okay. Well,
When
I mean,
you
it
have
worked
something-
in Japan. It worked in Japan. Like it, although it might
Japan's
not
also
seem,
not Epcot.
It's true, but it's
Epcot
the
is
same.
very-
Disney Sea is the same general idea. It worked. The idea did work. It's just that the way it was implemented. So there's no flaws in the idea. You know?
There's a lot of flaws in the idea. The entire thing is the flaw in the idea.
But it has worked
Epcot-
before. It
Yes,
worked in a market. So that means the idea works.
It worked in a market, not the market that they threw it in. If they had put
Yes.
Duffy in Magic Kingdom or Hollywood Studios, this would be an entirely different situation.
Well, it doesn't
right?
fit in either of those parks.
Well, it doesn't fit in Epcot either.
The idea does.
What idea?
What do you think the idea is?
There is no idea. It doesn't make any sense. That's why I'm angry about
Okay.
this.
The whole idea behind the Duffy thing is like, Duffy was made in fiction. Duffy was made for Mickey to take him on his like sea voyages with him, right? And so the
Okay.
whole idea is after that, you get your Duffy, you bring him on your travels with you. And so that's why Disney Sea was a good place to put it. That's why the cruise line is a good place to put it. That's why Epcot, in theory, is a good place to put it. However,
but Epcot is not a kid's park.
yes, but this could make it a kids' park, and that's part of the idea.
You can't say one character meet and greet is going to make a
It's not just a
massive...
meet and greet; it's also a merchandise.
Okay, so...
It was
you
an
got
idea.
You got a few outfits, you got a nice little doll, and you got one meet and greet. Right?
Yeah,
That doesn't make a park.
it doesn't make a park. It's trying to make a thing. Agent P doesn't make a park. It
doesn't.
It's the same idea though. We're not trying to make it a park. It's trying to be
Agent
a
P was a failure, though.
true.
That doesn't
It was
entice
Kim
you.
Possible,
Look,
really. That was a
look,
failure.
They were both failures.
I don't know why they rebranded it to Agent P. I mean, now that it's on those new Nokia things, I mean, they're trying to update it, which I don't even understand. But they should just make
Look,
something new.
No matter what they could try and do, Disney just cannot market World Showcase as a kid-friendly area. It's just not designed to be like that.
Yes,
I mean,
but I think it
the
is a good
only
thing.
area that was remotely close to that was when they had the Frozen meet and greet in Norway, and that was it.
Right. Now,
One time since 1982.
I do think that it's a good thing that they're trying to make it more open to children, though. I think that is a very good idea. You know?
No.
Why not?
Because
You don't think
the
it's a
world-
good thing to have children actually interested in history and heritage and culture and stuff? You don't think it's a good idea?
They have to tone it back in order to interest children, right?
The tone-
No small child is going to Epcot or going to Disney World saying that they want to learn. That's not the average child that Disney's dealing with. There are people that do want to do that, but that is a very small number.
Right.
If they were to introduce it to more kids, they would have to start pulling back, and we're seeing that pullback on things like Maelstrom, possibly.
Yes. Now, what I think is, you don't want to shove the learning down their throats. You have to do it in a way that seems like it's fun and seems like you're enjoying yourself. And for little children to have a lovable, huggable teddy bear to go along and travel things with, because KitKat, right? I have to tell you, doing the KitKat thing, there were tons of children doing that. They're running around their little things, getting the things from the different countries, getting people from the other countries to sign their passport, whatever. Duffy integrated with that could help learn. I learned things about the countries from doing the KitKat thing. I'm pretty sure that's how I learned that French was spoken in Canada. I almost said French was spoken in China. That was not. I mean, KitKat, I did not trying to learn. I just learned things from going to these places in a theme park. And it's a good thing. I think that doing the Agent P/Kim Possible thing is way too in fiction. And also, it's not even that popular IP anymore, especially because, Phineas and Ferb's going on hiatus and Kim Possible was gone forever when they... But, yeah.
Look,
everything aside, I do think it's a good idea that Disney does try to start trying to have things that aren't too big and do trying to do things that aren't too here, go learn things, but trying to kind of and not here like here get immersed in this fake story and then maybe you'll see a fact or two, but something
I think
more
that's
like
what they have going right now. They have Epcot has the science going right now with the park, or at least the World Showcase half. Where if you want to learn stuff, it's on you. You know, you could just walk through the pavilions if you want to, but if you really walk around and you look around and you see things, then you get to learn. It's not forced upon you. It's completely on your own. And you know, even just passing by, you learn things about the different architectures of the countries, and you know that's something that a little stuffed animal bear doesn't teach you. That's something that you just see, and the exposure to the world can't be diluted by some little bear telling you to go here and go here and go here. You know, it's just something that you have to experience.
Right. Now, in the comments over here, legit saying, we're going to just talk about the Frozen controversy for a minute. So here we go. Frozen does not fit anywhere in the parks. Norway is the best place to put it, or at least a mini version of the Making Frozen show somewhere in Norway. No. Okay, so Frozen is not explicitly about Norway.
It's the
No matter what things were based on or whatever, it's just
it's a made-up country.
it's a made-up
Arendelle is
country.
not a real place.
It's not a real country. Whether you say, oh yeah, there's a place that has like the same name, it is one of the Disney princess movies and therefore belongs in the Magic Kingdom. I mean, Epcot's not a place to put it at all. Even though we were saying, oh yeah, you know, they should open up Epcot to the children so they can learn some more things. Frozen is a completely fictional story, which, yeah, maybe
Duffy is also a completely fictional story.
Well, yes, but okay, anyway. But there are ways you can take Duffy and actually learn real facts through the traveling and stuff, and it does work at Disney. But with Frozen, if you're just on a Frozen ride, how are they going to do that exactly? Legit, I have a better idea. Let's just not put Frozen in the parks. Let's just do the Anna Nelson meet and greet, be done with ourselves.
No, I'm tired of meet and greets in Epcot. Epcot is not.
No, not
designed to
Epcot.
meet-
I'm just talking about. I'm just legit still trying to force. Oh well, you can't put it in Magic Kingdom, so it has to go in Epcot. It doesn't have to go anywhere. We can put it nowhere. We can keep this stupid little sing-along show in the freaking Streets of America, or we can get rid of Streets of America. We can have this meet and greet in Magic Kingdom at Princess Fairy Tale Hall. We don't need a ride for them.
I agree.
Or you could remove Fairy Tale Hall, but Spectre, they did just open that like a year ago. I don't see them doing that. Yeah, legit, but they're not just gonna it's a big success, so we're just gonna make a ride for it. That's not, they don't always do that. And also you'll see that there are some not as popular IPs that do get attractions. Looking at you, it's tough to be a bug.
It was popular at the
And
time.
Ratatouille. But you know.
Three Caballeros.
And Three Caballeros. Oh god. The only reason I knew about them was from House of Mouse, has to be said. I don't know about you, Darren.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, no to Storybook Circus, because they're not going to get rid of Dumbo. And also, just the whole themed area. They're not. And also, they just opened that as well, as a recent thing. Nothing's going to happen to Princess Fairy Tale Hall or Storybook Circus.
Okay, so best
For quite a
solution
number of years.
is if they want to get kids in Epcot, right? They replace Spaceship Earth with a massive Olaf. They already have the base
Oh
built.
god, okay. Did you see on Twitter, someone tweeted at, was it Spectro? Yeah, someone tweeted at Spectro, a picture of Hollywood Boulevard with a Darth Vader mask instead of the hat. And they said, oh, it's like you guys are talking in a DisCast. I don't forget if I tagged you in that or not. I guess I didn't.
I never saw it.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll show you the picture later. But yeah, enough with our changing park monuments to random characters.
Okay,
All
so keep Duffy out. Just let him stay
Yeah.
successful. Don't try and force him down the throat of the other parks.
I mean, I don't see why they couldn't have just kept him in the way he was, because he wasn't really doing any harm there. Unless there's some kind of awesome plan for the space he once occupied, in which case I am excited, but I don't see anything really coming.
Like I said, I think the best bet is to bring Epcot to what it was before, which is kind of what I think they're doing right now.
Right.
But that's my thoughts on that.
Yep. Okay.
That's it. We're done.
I think that's it.
Guys, check out discast.us/donate. Go and shoot us some money. It helps keeps the show up and helps keep us swagging. Don't forget to check us out on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter on our personal accounts, and have a awesome week. We shall see you all next time. My name is Darren,
And I am Ryan.
and we shall see you guys next time.
Guys.